Hi, we're back for the final segment. Let me just put a little personal note on what it feels like when you're charged with a crime and absolutely didn't do it. And luckily, I was not arrested. I didn't have to go to jail. I've never been to jail in my life. I was never charged with a crime in my life. I never even had a real parking ticket. I mean, I lived a charmed life up until this incident with the neighbors and the police and the prosecutors. I've lived, I think, a pretty tough life, spent 22 years in the military and, took my fair share of knocks throughout life. Without a doubt, being charged with a crime was the worst thing that's ever happened to me in my life. And I have a very bad heart. I am absolutely positive if she would have hauled me off to jail, that would have been it. I was at the lowest point of my health at that time. 2 months after my trial, where the charges were dismissed, I got what the cardiologist called a Hail Mary, and it saved my life. So I was really a hurting puppy when they were beating me up like this. And it's not me, it's everybody that goes through this. I think it must be worse when you're totally innocent, when you know you're being railroaded, when you go, why would the police and the prosecutor be protecting a drug enterprise? And there's no question that it was a mistake. No question in my mind whatsoever. Evidence was destroyed. I had filled out a complaint at the NCSO. That evaporated. I was interviewed for probably 20 minutes. That evaporated. The prosecutor, it was almost like playing a game. I was waiting for him to laugh during this ordeal I'm going through, where I'm getting chest pains and all the rest. So from a personal standpoint, of my 67 years on earth, that was the lowest. And I'm sure most people that have to go through it would say a very similar thing. So we're not just talking words when it happens to you. And unfortunately, it will happen to you if things continue. There's a law against everything. You're gonna end up getting charged. Richard, what do you got, buddy?
To make the DA's meeting this upcoming first of the month, Saturday, the topic of replacing the county sheriff, because it seems like a lot of these problems are coming from the gullible, stupid cops that are wearing guns and badges that can't tell the difference between what is and isn't legitimate, and the detectives that work in that department investigating those crimes that aren't. And head of the whole mess is that old squirrely-whirly woman. And what's it going to take to get rid of her? You put somebody in there with teeth to run that place, then there's no more shenanigans, which is a nice word for criminal activity.
I tell you the truth, and I don't say this lightly, I absolutely agree, it's criminal.
Yes.
What they're doing to the people of this county while making 200 grand and down is criminal.
Yeah, well, it's the garbage they did to you. It's what they did to me. So what's it going to take to replace Squirrely Whirly, and who are we going to replace her with?
Well, the thing is, it's not going to be me or you or the flag man. It's going to be a whole lot more people that got to stop this nonsense of apathy.
Well, and one man heads up the county sheriff's department, right? And I'm told they're an island. They answer to nobody. They just get the money and they do what they want.
Yeah, they're called the executive branch of county government, and it's similar to the role of the president in the federal government.
Yep, you cut the head of the snake off, the body dies. Now we need somebody in there that's honest, that's going to call these cops on the carpet and fire them right and left as they screw up.
Well, it's not only the sheriff, though. Keep in mind the prosecutor. When a cop commits a crime, it's their duty to file charges against the cop. You know, everyone, they're playing this game all over the country. obviously the amount of videos now where cops are absolutely assassinating people, and it's right there in broad daylight, and they find no problem with it.
Yeah, well...
So it's way bigger than just local. It's way bigger than just the sheriff.
Oh, yeah, but we live here. We got to clean up our own backyard before we start hollering at our neighbor to clean up their yard. See, we live in Nye County.
I agree.
We want to make this the butthole of America is a fit place to live, which it isn't now. And I'm saying get rid of that sheriff and put someone in there that's honest that'll go after these cops and fire them when they screw up.
Well, there's something more. I mean, we've gone through so many sheriffs now where the same problems continued.
Well, let's talk about Jasper for a minute. I go before him. It's a restraining order hearing. A crazy witch across the street from me. She says her first statement is, he was arrested on my property with a gun and a silencer, and then he went to get another silencer, and she's so crazy and whacked out she didn't even bother to finish that lie. And there's Jasperson sitting there with a computer at his fingertips, could have looked up in 60 seconds whether or not I'd ever been arrested in Nevada. And she showed up late for the restraining order hearing. Drags her butt in late. He has to repeat the garbage that he says when he opens the hearings to begin with. He's just bending over backwards to screw me. And I'm going to prove it.
Okay, I think we got another call, Richard.
Sounds good. See you at the meeting.
Okay, thanks for calling. Oops. Okay, it'll be just a second, I think. Again, when it comes to a judge, and I'm not defending the system or any judges. God knows I had incredible issues with my judge. But in their role, they're not supposed to defend or seek the truth or whatever. They're supposed to judge, guilty or not guilty. I think the problem has to be stopped way before the judges. It's not saying the judges should be, allowed to do some of the things that certainly was done to me and others by a certain judge. But most of the issues should absolutely never come to a charge, much less a prosecution, much less a trial. Bench trial, preliminary trial, or one that's sent over to district. So the problem's got to be stopped at the initial level, which is the police. If you're not going to investigate, don't even go over to the call. It's your job to investigate. Reasonable cause and all the rest, they're words. Richard, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, what you got?
I was just making a response to your call about the cops, that one guy getting shot and he had no gun on him or anything. And I'm a trucker and I go across the country. And I've been hearing a lot of people talking is that they're going to start killing more cops and maybe they'll come to a peace saying, okay, you quit killing us, we'll quit killing you, and it's a wash. So it might be a noble concept that the cops might be aware of, that's quit killing people for no reason, because I take an eye for an eye. I stand by it nowadays. If me and you were to kill a cop, bye-bye, we're in prison for the rest of our lives. Why is it and how is it these people are able to go ahead and get administrative leave or vacation or found not guilty through probable cause? I mean, what is this absurdity? They're doing it on purpose to cause chaos around the country, like you said.
Absolutely. It's totally corrupt. The system is totally corrupt.
And now here in Nye County, I've been robbed. My property's been... Yeah.
You're cutting in and out, Richard.
I'm sorry. My property has been seized by Nye County. They came and took all my stuff and things, so I'll be calling you later to tell you more about me.
Okay, yeah, I appreciate it. I think we got another call coming in. Yeah, it is. It's nationwide. It's getting to the point where people are fighting back. Obviously, the news is full of people taking shots at the cops, killing cops, etc. Again, we're all pawns in this game being played way above us. If you watched Obama's speech at the UN today, he talked about, this new order, which is the New World Order, where nations are disintegrated. We live by international law, and all of it is just BS for control by the elites of the world over the entire world. And doing away with nations, doing away with all the rights we got in the Constitution, doing away with the Constitution, etc. And as we've seen, it's happened to me, it's happened to all the people calling. The flagman's seen it for all these years. We have no rights. They've done away with that long time ago. So the question is, are we going to get it back? And again, only we can do it. It's at the point now, it's way past the crisis stage. It's at the survival stage. Are we going to survive as a people, or are we going to survive as a nation? We're not going to be doing it by sitting at home. Project MK Ultra, which was a CIA mind control project, it's been implemented for people are mind bugs you tonight, but it's amazing how quick time goes. But we're a doped up country, purposely so. We're a dumbed down country, purposely so. We're fed propaganda, misinformation. Few people have any clue of the true history of the world. And they sit there apathetically watching their little smartphones or whatever. And we're losing it, folks. Again, involvement is the only way to do it. Nobody's going to stand up and be the guy with the white hat riding in to save us. It's got to be us. We are the ones we've been waiting for. So I urge you, go to court, go to the AG meeting tomorrow, 1:30 at the commissioners' chambers. Go to the commissioners' meetings twice a month, first and third Tuesdays of every month. Get involved. It's the only way we're going to save the day. Thanks for watching. And Tom, good night.